back with yet another front porch rebuild for you today, guys. Today we're going to do something a bit different. We're going to be tearing the entirety of this porch down and we're going to turn it into a deck for you guys. So we're basically going to take a porch, turn it into a deck. We're going to do it all for you in just about 5 minutes. Stick with us all the way to the end to see the before and after of this lovely project. If you like what you see, please do me a favor and follow along, comment, like, and subscribe. This is the best way to continue doing these projects that we do. As always, part one of any rebuild is the demolition. We're going to be tearing this down completely to grade height. Next, we're going to be making our marks. We're going to be making our X's. We're going to circle them. We're going to be digging our piers. We must have 3-foot deep concrete piers. They must be at least 12 inches wide. We're digging through some shales. We need the shale bar. We need the post hole diggers. We're going to need the chip and hammer. Again, as always, we'll tag all the tools used throughout the entirety of this project so you can click on the link and buy them yourself or even just see how much they cost. We'll tag the materials and the tools all together. So I've dug my piers. I've got my piers inspected. They've been approved. So I'm pouring my 3 foot of high strength concrete mix as shown. It's fiber mesh reinforced. Pouring it all the way up. I'm doing 2 piers. I'm smoothing them off and then I'm pouring what's going to be my landing to catch my steps all the way around. I'm finishing it, but it doesn't need to be. It's going to be a little bit on the rough side, but I'm picture framing it around. I'm still making it look nice, even though it's never going to be seen. I'm even going to be cutting some expansion joints in. Next, I'm marking the centers, the same exact mark, and I'm putting in my J-bolts that are going to be catching my post brackets. I'm going to be mounting my 6x6 post brackets to those footings. That's what they're going to be supporting, so I can cantilever over for my decking. As you can see, I got my 6x6 Simpson strong tie post caps on. Now I'm cutting my sheathing. I'm fixing some wood issues that we had in the back. I'm gluing and I'm screwing it home so I can get ready to put my ledger board on. Now I'm measuring out so I can figure out what I got to do for my rim board going all the way around. I'm cutting my 6x6 posts and I'm getting them ready so I can sit my girder on top and I can extend my deck past. Using the Simpson strong tie galvanized nails, I'm fastening them down. Now I'm marking my wood for my friends. You can see I'm marking the crown. I want the crown facing up. I don't want it facing down because there would be a sag. I want it facing up so the weight of the wood will pull it down. Now I'm doing a triple girder for this particular project out of 2x6 pressure treated lumber. All the framing lumber will be pressure treated and it will have Ticos. It will be completely tied down with hurricane ties, joist hangers, what have you. So this will all be pressure treated. There'll be composite decking on the top, trimmed out with white AZAC. Now it's time to do my joists. I'm doing my 2x6 joist, checking for plumb level and square as I go, doing my outermost joist, and I'm going to be running my ledger board in between. When you're doing your ledger board, you want to fasten in with ledger lock screws that you're going to be typing in a W pattern. So one up, one down, one up, one down, staggering every 16 inches. Now I'm doing my picture frame. I'm nailing in my double 2x6 joists that are going to be spaced just the right amount so I can picture frame. I want to be able to catch my picture frame and catch my decking. Got to take your time and you got to calculate this all beforehand. Now I'm marking 12 inches on center, not 16s. Why am I doing 12 inches on center? Because again, it's composite decking and you need 12 inches, not 16s. That would create a sag. Now I'm doing wraparound platform steps. I'm doing 2 of them. So I'm framing this out in a different fashion than I would usually do it. I'm measuring, make sure I have all my right heights. I want 7¼ inch steps going up, 7¼ inch steps going up, and then into the doorway. As you can see, I'm almost done. I have another step I must do. Now I'm putting my flashing up against my ledger board, so make sure it's my drip cap. Now I'm framing out the second of my platform steps. I'm putting my 4x4 posts in. They're going to be catching my railings. Now I sit and wait and I must get inspection. All my joist hangers are in. All my hangers, all my ties, my hurricane ties are in. I've been approved for inspection. I went ahead and painted all of the joist, with joist paint, as you can see. Now I'm taking my Liquid Nails Extreme and I'm putting on my trimming. This is white AZAC deck trimming. I'm doing gluing it and then I'm finish nailing it and I'm marking for my edges on my side. Everything is going to be completely trimmed out, guys, and I'm going to be doing trim on the sides and then there's going to be AZAC as well to lock everything in. Give it a nice crisp, clean look. Now I pull out my TimberTech decking and it's time to picture frame the steps. I must picture frame the steps and I also must picture frame the landing. Now I must make sure that everything lines up so it looks clean and pristine. I want the lines perfect. I'm having a 1/4 inch space in between. Now I'm notching, as you can see, for around the 4x4 post. We like to take our time and do it a little bit. You can go a little bigger because there's going to be a post cap that's going to slide over and hide that cut. Now I must do all of my square edge pieces. I must screw and I must plug, and then the inside side's going to have the hidden fastening system. Now you can see there's my post cap, my post cap, and my post base. That's how it's going to look. Now here's my hidden fasteners that I'm putting on here, and I'm putting them, spacing it a 1/4 inch apart. I'm cutting both sides to make sure it's square. Never trust a board. Cut both to make sure it is, and then run from there. You want to start full and run in towards the house. We've calculated so it won't be a tiny piece, but if you ever had a tiny piece, you can tuck it underneath the siding that's going to go back there in the AZAC, and it will be hidden and it will not be unsightly. Now I'm cutting my 4x4 posts down to the size so I can put my rail system and my post caps over top. We're going to be doing a white veranda rail with black balusters running in between. It's just going to be on one side, the rail system, and the rest is going to be open. They didn't even need rails for this particular deck, but they wanted it, so we're putting it on that side. It's especially safe to put it where you don't fall off of that side. Now, always be professional and clean your decks up. Use an all-in-one cleaner and clean everything entirely. Leave it looking clean and pristine. Thanks for watching. Everyone have a good day.